Ahead of the 95th Academy Awards, here's my take on some of 2022's very best movies and, my personal favorites too. Over the last 14 months, I've managed to see 49 movies that were released in 2022, 32 of them in the theater, 17 of them via cable or streaming. 6 movies in my personal top 10 of last year did not get Best Picture nominations, but I really liked all of these nevertheless. The Adam Sandler basketball movie shot in Philadelphia, which aired on Netflix, Hustle. The underrated Babylon, about the early days of Hollywood, with a fantastic cast headed by Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, and Diego Calva. Also, 2 great movies that earned their respective lead actors Best Actor nominations. The Whale, with a terrific Brendan Fraser as a depressed, obese man hoping to reconnect with his estranged daughter. The underrated film Living, starring Bill Nighy as an elderly guy's reaction to a terminal illness diagnosis. This movie got mixed reviews, but I thought A Man Called Otto, starring Tom Hanks, was fantastic, really enjoyable. And this one, The Menu, a dark comedy, semi-horror film about a group of elite guests who spend a memorable evening at an exclusive restaurant on a private island. It's not for everybody, the movie that is, but I loved it and gave it a solid A. Before I get to my other favorites, let me say that a couple of big movies from 2022 that are Best Picture nominees were not among my faves. Avatar, The Way of Water, was beautiful to look at, but at 3 hours, 12 minutes, way too long, and I just didn't really care about any of the characters. And this year's Darling, Everything Everywhere All at Once, which has already snagged a bunch of other industry awards, was just too out there for me. Maybe I just didn't get it. I don't know. By the way, I love horror, and 2022 gave us a bunch of good ones, including the latest incarnation of a couple of long-running franchises, Scream and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Plus, I liked Smile, Orphan First Kill, The Black Phone, Bodies, 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 and X, plus its prequel, Pearl. Sadly, the alleged final film in the Halloween franchise, Halloween Ends, was largely disappointing. Okay, among this year's Best Picture nominees, I told you how I felt about the Avatar sequel and Everything Everywhere. And the one nominee that I didn't get to see was Tar, starring the great Cate Blanchett. Sorry, Kate. But I did see the other 7 nominees, and I enjoyed all of them. I gave both Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans and the dark comedy Triangle of Sadness solid B ratings, and the interesting Women Talking a B+. That one just missed my top 10. The 4 Best Picture nominees that did make my top 10, well, The Banshees of Inisherin and Elvis, both of which get an A- from me. I would actually give the Best Actor trophy to Austin Butler for his portrayal of the King of Rock and Roll. And at the very top of my list of movies for the year, a long-awaited sequel and a remake, both of which I gave a solid A. Top Gun Maverick, with Tom Cruise back in that memorable role some 35 years later, and the World War I film focusing on a young German soldier, All Quiet on the Western Front, which was graphically violent at times, but also incredibly well done. Those 2 movies and the aforementioned film, The Menu, are my top 3 of 2022. So there you go. Enjoy Sunday's Academy Awards, and I'll see you at the movies.